So, hello, and here we have another song. So this song is something that's been in the works for a while. It's been at least a year since I first thought of trying to do this particular song. So this particular song is a song by a group known as the Bad Examples. That was a group starting in the late 80s, and they still play today. They're still around. They're a Chicago-based group. They got very popular in the Chicago area, probably still popular to this day in the Chicago local area. And they made a number of albums, CDs, maybe 5, 6, or 7. And I just happened upon them by accident in terms of looking for things and listening to things, and then I bought a couple of their CDs. This particular song comes off of one of those CDs. I think it was the second one. It was called Bad is Beautiful. And so there's a song on there called Not Dead Yet. And the song is a very straightforward, hard blues rock song. Been picked up covered by a bunch of people, got covered by Styx, the group Styx. They toured with it, did their own version of it. Got very popular in Europe. I think Holland in particular got really popular. It is really popular in Holland as a song. So more so than here as far in terms of nationally. The group achieved a fair amount of success, not necessarily national success, but certainly locally they did, and they were fairly successful touring here and maybe more so abroad in some cases. But anyway, they're a pretty successful group, even if you may or may not know them, but they were a fairly successful group and they're still playing today. And like I said, this particular song, straight ahead blues rock kind of song. And I had the idea to look at, and I was thinking, as I was thinking about songs to do on the piano, that was one song that came to my mind, is thinking, can I actually do that on the piano? And can I do it in a way which evokes the energy that the song might in a full band context? Can you do that? Just as a sort of a challenge to myself in some way. So that's how it started out. And like I said, they're basically the blues song, so I sort of played in that way, using sort of a boogie-woogie bass and everything like that, and to do it. So I started to do that, tried that a couple of times, played it, never was quite satisfied with different versions that I got. Always had the problem in terms of doing it, which is my perennial problem, which is, I'm playing it great, everything's right, okay, that's it. Flip the switch to record and the whole thing goes to hell. What happened to my hands? That kind of thing. So that happened a lot. So, and I never really, I can piece it together from different performances. I could do that, but I don't know, it never sounded right to me, at least not in this particular case. So I was always trying to get a really good take. Finally got to the point after, months of trying, getting a decent enough take. I said, okay, maybe by sheer exhaustion, I thought, okay, I'm done. I'm going to stop right there. And I had the take, and I said, okay, now I got the take. And of course, part of this is also not just the playing, but also the singing part, because you really got to bring it home as a singing thing. So that's another issue all by itself, given my limited vocal ability. But I thought this is a good challenge. So I thought I was going to do that, did the song, had a take, started to do the vocals, listened to the song, and then grew sort of dissatisfied with it, because I thought it wasn't really punchy enough. It didn't quite have something. So I thought, I had started to have the idea that, maybe I can get a drummer, put drums to it. Maybe just get a live drummer, get a real one. I could do a drum machine or a drum program and program it myself, but I'm not a drummer. So I thought I wanted to get a real drummer sort of, do it as a way of punching it up. So that was an experiment as well, thinking, how's that going to work? A piano and drums, how's that going to sound if you put them together, and is that going to work as well? So I did that. I got a drummer, listened to approached a few drummers, and that's a story in and of itself. But found a drummer that I thought was good. They were good. I could work with them, and went back and forth. Gave me some tracks, gave me some takes, listened to them, adjusted asked them to do things a little bit differently here and there. Ended up with a drum track, put it together, and said, yeah, well, this ain't bad. So that's where I finally got to that point, and then I finally just did the vocals, and so now I've got the whole enchilada and the song complete. So this is going to be the first, maybe more, of where I actually have piano plus some other instrument playing as well. In this case, drums, and we'll see how that works out, along with, singing, of course. And that's, like I said, that's a really big piece of the song too, is trying to bring this home, because it's a very high energy song. But it came out decently enough, and so here we are. And so we'll see how this turns out. So anyways, so that's the short story. And so now we're going to have my version of Not Dead Yet with my piano playing, my vocals, and the fabulous drumming of Emily Dolan Davies on drums. So listen and see what you think.
I was born too late to play in the Rolling Stones. I don't know Jimmy Page, I never met Yoko Ono. Standing with a strap, I'm rock and roll's bastard son. Go out, get drunk, get laid, have fun. Don't go $1 million, don't drive no Cadillac. Give me half a chance, you know I'm not dead yet. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. I'm a mad dog fighting with the wall against the back. You better get a bigger gun, cause I'm not dead yet. I've been machine gun, handgun, hijacked, left for dead. Dive bomb, napalm, nuclear war-headed. Dropped from a jet plane with no parachute. Shot by a firing squad and raped by a business suit. Gets another landmine with one leg left. But I can still crawl, you know I'm not dead yet. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. I'm a mad dog fighting with the wall against the back. You better get a bigger gun, cause I'm not dead yet. Well, you're bigger, tougher, meaner, rougher, dirtier and uglier and sneakier and trickier. You wanna shoot me with a gun, club me with a knife. Take out your bare hand, rip out my eyes. Grab me by the balls, rip me on the neck. Hit me again, you know I'm not dead yet. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. I'm a mad dog fighting with the wall against the back. You better get a bigger gun, cause I'm not dead yet. 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 Not dead yet.
Oh, this song has nothing to do with me. I'm still dead.